Hello and welcome back to our HIP Republic of Ireland campaign. In our last episode we did win the Crusade for Jerusalem, but I did not keep the kingdom for myself. Instead I have granted it to a member of our dynasty, which is kind of unfortunate because this means that we lost a male adult dynasty member or family member from our court, which means our trade post limit went down by 1. So well, I guess we were already at our trade post limit, so it's not effectively a big deal. I just have noticed that I guess there's been another succession in Ulster. Was it Ulster who was our previous close contender for the Republic title? Either way, their candidate now has a lot less respect than previously, so we can pull a lot more money out of here while still retaining the lead, which is good. We did have to hire mercenaries for our revolt that's going on right now, which is the other thing that we're currently dealing with. Let's leave it at 600, I suppose, for now. Yes, we have a revolt on our hands, which is thanks to the Prosperity faction, not the Prosperity faction, the Court faction, I think it was, who really wanted me to grant awfully to one of their members. Oh right, we don't have any competition for the Republic because the person who was previously competing is in revolt against us. This all makes sense now when I actually think about it. It was this guy who was the previous leader. Well, this is all fine then. We might have to put some money back into the campaign fund after the war. But it's not a problem for the time being. Anyway, let's go and attack their army. Put a better commander in charge there. Should be a relatively easy battle, even though we did cross a river. I guess we probably could have watched it, but that's fine. Let's assault this back quickly. We'll follow his army probably down here, maybe? That'll be my initial guess as to where they're going. They are headed to Tipperary. Waterford, maybe. Okay, that's it, where they ended up. I guess we'll let them go to Osira. And then attack them there. Again, crossing a river, but shouldn't be an issue. Discover a plot where our nephew Aina seeks to kill us. We are Merkid the Fat, okay. Why would you do this? I can't believe you betrayed me like this, my own flesh and blood. Well, our nephew, I guess it isn't really our own flesh and blood. They're a member of our family. Usually you'd use flesh and blood to describe your children. Let's just ask him to not do that. Maybe you can describe a nephew as your own flesh and blood. So his son was born to another nephew of ours. This is good, and he's quick as well. We'll hopefully make up for the loss of one of our family members. Speaking of whom, we have accepted a call to arms from the Prince Mayor of Jerusalem against Caliph Shuja. We have no other choice, and it's a jihad for Jerusalem already. Okay, well, it looks like we might not be holding on to Jerusalem for our dynasty, and he might be coming back to our court sooner than expected. What terrible news. Let's see then. I guess we can hope that the whole Christian world will rally around Jerusalem and everyone will send troops to help out. I guess the Kaiser is the main person that we're hoping will really help out, or Kaiserin. Since she could probably win this single-handedly. So, who is this? We're all the way up here, okay. I guess he also has land down here. By himself he only has 8k. Which is not too scary, actually less than Jerusalem has. Well, we'll obviously have to concentrate on finishing our revolt war for the time being. But we'll see. And in fact, I think I'll hold off on disbanding these mercenaries, which I was going to do in case we want to use them in the Jihad. You've been presented with an opportunity to let everyone be reminded of your rulership. If you wish to mint new coins for your realm, there is a master of the craft that you can hire. Not only will the mintage be exquisite, it will be adorned with a glorious portrait of you. So we can mint the coins for glory, pay 100 gold for 100 prestige. We can debase the mints with less precious metals for profits. We can gain the trait greedy and possibly deceitful, both of which we already have, so absolutely no negative outcome there. 300 gold and 100 prestige. Sounds good. Though 100 gold is really not that much to us at this stage. We are only making 5 a month right now, but that's because we're paying to keep our mercenaries around and also retinue upkeep and everything else. So who shall we appoint as commander? Not our court chaplain. I guess our niece Fina, who's not a great martial character, but probably the best we have available. Looks like we are going to catch him in Tyrone, which is hills, but he's at low morale and we outnumber him substantially. Captured a prisoner, and I guess at this point we should probably head for the capital and start sieging stuff. In fact, we can assault this. And this. But not this. Well, in that case, maybe we'll go and fight his army one more time. Let's check on Jerusalem. So he's got his almost 10k altogether. Who else is in this right now? A lot of people. Okay. So this is going to be a rough one. Only us on the defensive side. So most of these are only emirs and emiras, but it will add up. Well, that's not a problem. 461. How about Khan Begluk Turai? He only has 1,000 available, is that correct? Okay. But you? No? Then where are you? Well, he does have the Bektashi order, and presumably the other new holy orders. Yeah. Alright, so actually not quite as bad as it looks, but all of these 4,000 or 5,000s from the holy orders and dukes and stuff are gonna add up and be pretty problematic. We'll help him out though, of course. We'll see what we can do. Let's see if we can actually raise any holy orders of our own. Where are we going here? Military. Unfortunately, we cannot. Vingelmark and Salerno currently have them under contract. We're at 99%. I think if we maybe siege back this one holding here. Okay, good. That will get us 100%. And we can enforce our demands. Okay, so the... was it court faction? I forgot again already. But whichever faction it was should no longer be a problem because we have the Grand Mayor here imprisoned. My loyal supporters are now eagerly expecting the rewards due for their military service. How should I reward them? So tax privileges. Minus 33% tax in Dublin. That seems real bad. And Brea and Offaly. That's gonna really hit our income. I assume this applies to all taxes. We get substantial income from these holdings. Or we can say they shall have the full honor of our victory, lose 750 prestige, which basically costs us nothing. Okay, that seems much better. Or we can upset the vassals. Actually, it's really only the Grand Mayor of Connacht that we're concerned about here. But yes, 750 prestige, sounds fine. You are most welcome. Alright, so he won't be a problem. Let's raise enough boats to transport our levy over. Over to Jerusalem, I mean. Where else? Okay, de jure war. Oh wait, this is a de jure war between Ulster and Oriel. Over Oriel, okay. So, he is the de jure liege. Ulster is these two counties that he already has, plus the two that Oriel has. Okay, let's get down here. No sign of any enemy armies in Jerusalem yet. And he is probably wisely just staying at home. Well, there is this one tiny army here, of course, but... Oh, and 2,000 have arrived from the Banu Magrawava Emirates, which is a poor strategic move by them, since they're just about to get their army stomped on here. As your efforts of gaining wealth grow all the more determined, you sleep less and less, since sleeping is not a profitable behavior. So we're going to become stressed. Kind of unfortunate. Let's just check on the Republic. I think we're still in line to inherit here. Yes, we are. Okay. Here comes another 4,000 from Baghdad, who is one of the emirs that joined. This guy, a vassal of the Caliph, I think. Which actually is another bad strategic move, because he's probably going to get his army beaten too before any support can arrive for him. Oh, and our Grand Mayor, rebellious Grand Mayor of Oriel, has died in our dungeons. Okay. That's fine, I suppose. We have Grand Mayor Grimur, who feels like he should be on the council. Oh, and he just lost a bunch of troops to attrition in the desert here. That's pretty unfortunate. Here comes our boats, though. Alright, let's head up here to the Levantine Sea and land them somewhere nearby where we can actually be of help. Well, don't stack on top of me. What's the supply limit? Okay, I guess they can get in here as well. Okay, so 4,000 down here from... I think that's one of the Holy Orders. I guess we'll just march down the coast and try to attack them. Or maybe we should stay up here and try to engage this army from Baghdad. Let's see what we can do, actually. Alright, I think we'll assume that Jerusalem is heading south to take care of this army, and we'll try to deal with this one. So what I'm going to try to do is to bait them into attacking an army of ours in the mountains, and then reinforce. I think 3,000 is probably a good amount they'd feel confident against. Send them into the mountains in Toron. Where are they headed? Looks like they're not taking the bait. Okay, they're now no longer even adjacent. I guess we'll just head south. It looks like they're maybe looking to meet up with this army, in which case we need to stick close with Jerusalem because the numbers are pretty equal there. Raiders in Wicklow. We're just going to have to ignore them for the time being, I think. Alright, and we have another 2,000 enemy troops over here. So I think our victory in this is going to depend on not letting all of these armies get merged together, where they can present a unified threat. Where are you headed? To Nablus. You're staying here, apparently. This is mountains. And you're headed to Ashkelon, which, if I can actually hover there, is plains. Okay, I kind of think that Jerusalem is maybe headed over to try to attack this army. In which case we'll maybe come over here and down the coast and try to intercept this one. But we don't want to stray too far from Jerusalem. Or from the army, I mean, in case he gets involved in a battle that we need to reinforce. Yes, he is trying to attack in there, which maybe not a great move. He's attacking into the mountains. He does have twice their numbers, though. So we definitely want to keep this 4,000 from being able to reinforce that battle, which they might be close enough to do. Headed to Jaffa now, which is where we are headed, so we'll probably change your mind. That little brat Murkid threw up on me while we were dining. We lose 1 prestige, not a big deal. So this army is in Ibelin, which is plains, so I think we'll take this battle. It should be relatively good. Have good commanders in charge. Over twice their numbers. Excellent. Now, if we can stop this army from coming in to reinforce this as well, that would be great. Not sure if we can get there in time. Going to be there on the 13th of June, which is before they leave, so we can intercept them. Raiders in Tyrone, okay. This army is on a shattered retreat, so it's not going to be involved in this battle, which is pretty good news for us. We won that captured prisoner. Alright, I think we're probably just going to remain in the borders of Jerusalem here. Wait for them to come to us. One of our vassals has chased off some raiders there, that's fine. Looks like he's pursuing this army. 7,000 supply limit here. Yeah, we definitely don't want to venture over there and attack them. We'll lose so many men to attrition that it won't be worth it. But we'll hang around nearby. A merchant you are acquainted with offers you his abacus. He is growing old now and is becoming less involved in the world of commerce and thinks his abacus will better serve you in your work. We'll gladly take it. Intrigue, stewardship, and learning are all things that I am interested in. Well, less so learning, I suppose. Where did Jerusalem's army go? I take my eye off you for 1 second. Put them on boats or something. Leading troops in Ascalon. I guess they're here. Okay, yeah. For some reason the army from the Papal States gets priority for display there. So our slow kinswoman Alva needs a childhood focus. Etiquette. Just do your best, Alva. Nobody expects too much. Alright, here comes the main army from the Caliph. So they're going to have 14k to our approximately 19. Assuming, of course, that we can stick close by Jerusalem and actually get involved in battles together. We'll see where people are intended on going here. You're headed to Jerash. Okay, Ulster has usurped the county he was after, I think. which I guess is okay. You are one of the patricians, yes. You Flaverties. It looks like this army is actually coming in to attack us in the mountains in Nablus, which seems like a terrible idea if this army is not going to reinforce, and questionable even if it is. So hopefully Jerusalem will come in to reinforce here, but might not even need them. Though I do see that they have another almost 5k lurking up here. 2 counties away though, so I don't know if they're going to be close enough to actually get here. They're a little closer than I thought. But we're going to have a decent amount of time to fight them with a river crossing and mountainous terrain against them. And also we have better commanders, so let's see how this goes. Surprisingly even so far. Their reinforcements are actually almost here, so this I think looks pretty bad for us, and Jerusalem is not helping by wandering off towards Beirut. What are you doing up there? Alright, well we've broken 2 of their flanks, which is timely, but these reinforcements are about to come in. Hopefully we've done enough to sustain this victory after the 5k comes in here. Okay, so they immediately recover in those 2 flanks, of course. And now we've lost the left and right, and probably are going to lose the battle. Yep. Jerusalem. You've done this to yourself. Why couldn't you stay close by? We had this war. Also lost a commander in the process. Let's not appoint our steward. I guess our Grand Mayor of Oriel will do fine. Maybe appease him for not being on the council. So part of this army is neutral, only 500 or so troops. And meanwhile we're retreating over here. What are you up to? You're attacking this army in the desert. I guess that's okay. So we'll stay here for the moment. We're safe enough, I think. We can always get on the boats, which we can't unfortunately land here, but we should be able to evacuate in time if we're in danger. And it looks like you're going to head over here and reinforce this battle, destroy Jerusalem's army as well, or at least greatly wound it. Alright, so if we want to win this war, we're going to have to probably hire a lot more mercenaries. And you know what is the point of having all of this money and income if we don't spend it? So maybe we will do that, but you'll have to wait for the next episode, because we're just about out of time for this one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.